So for my Ed Law case briefing, I chose to do West Virginia versus Barnett, which was a case that took place in 1943. So there's kind of two main essential questions that govern this case, and the first one is, can students be required to recite the Pledge of Allegiance? And the second one, that's kind of more specific to this case, is, did the compulsory flag salute for public school children violate the First Amendment? So basically what this case was, it came about because of a statute that was passed by the West Virginia Board of Education in 1942 that basically required the flag salute by both children and school teachers. So school teachers and children both had to participate in the flag salute. So there was also potential penalties that could be faced. For some cases, all of these were faced. For some cases, it might just be one or two. But the first one is the student, could be expelled for not participating. The other two have more to do with parents. So parents could be fined $50 for their children not participating in the flag salute. And they could also be jailed for 30 days if their children did not participate. For teachers, they would just be let go by the school if they didn't participate. So why? Basically, the West Virginia Board of Education, their thought process was that they strongly promoted national cohesion for national security. So by doing this and forcing all children to participate, they made that mandatory and said it was constitutionally permissible for national security because it created national cohesion among the students all participating. So background of the case, the two girls that you see are Marie and Gaithy Barnett, 8 and 11. So they're both Jehovah's Witness children. They're sisters, actually. And so they were expelled for not participating in the flag salute in their school in West Virginia. So their parents were prosecuted for this on the basis of juvenile delinquency, which is what the children were considered as delinquents for not participating. So the father, Walter, he went to the U.S. District Court and he sued. So the legal provision that Walter believed to be violated was the Free Speech Clause of the First Amendment. So the ruling was the Supreme Court ruled in a 6-3 decision in favor of Barnett, just for that same reason with the legal provision that it violates the Free Speech Clause. So this overruled a prior case in 1940 of Minersville School District that basically had said that you can require it's constitutional if the state wants to require students to participate in the flag salute. So basically this ruling just undid that and said that compulsion to participate is unconstitutional. Also, part of this ruling saw that the First Amendment, it cannot enforce a consensus of opinion on any topic, such as religion. For this case, you can't make everyone have the same opinion in their religions, just like Jehovah's Witness choose not to participate because of their religious beliefs, and symbols like the American flag should not be esteemed on a level that surpasses constitutional protections. You still have to acknowledge constitutional protections first. Justice Robert H. Jackson wrote the majority opinion and just argued that the elimination of dissent was improper and fruitless in attempting to create unity. So the whole national cohesion thing was just not valid, according to the 6 justices that ruled in favor. So the outcome of this case is that students in public schools are not required to both salute the American flag or recite the Pledge of Allegiance, just because this symbolism and allegiance can be contrary to students' religious beliefs, like Jehovah's Witness children. It violates their freedom of speech and it violates their freedom of religion. So, classroom application. So, as educators, we must respect the participation or avoidance of the flag salute by our students. I think we've all seen now that not every student participates. Also, Section 33-1602 of the Idaho State Legislature basically says that recitement does not have to be acted upon, and students don't have to observe the American flag in the classroom, mainly because the Pledge of Allegiance is offered. It has to be offered but not acted upon. It's also our professional responsibility to create a safe and inclusive learning environment. So if we're forcing students to participate in something that goes against their beliefs, this will not achieve that. And also, our personal beliefs as educators shouldn't be reflected on students in our public classrooms, just because it's kind of a conflict of interest and it's not really up to us to do that. So, some related cases, we specifically went over Minersville and also a newer one, Elk Grove Unified School District, which has to do with saying under God in the Pledge of Allegiance. So the school district was sued for under God being in the Pledge of Allegiance and students saying it because they argued that God might not be real, so they shouldn't have to say it. And here are my references.